I made a video before about making a 2D animatable face, but that didn't have any rigs involved, so you couldn't have much control over it other than changing the expression. So now I'm going to show how to make a more advanced version. I already have a mesh here, so now I'm going to add a plane and move it to where I want my eye to be. Now I'm going to mirror it to the other side. The mirroring works based off of where the 3D cursor is, so use Shift S to control that. Also change this box to the 3D cursor. Now Shift D to duplicate it and mirror it to the other side. Next add an armature. Move the bone to where you want your eye to be. Now mirror it again. Select your mesh, then the armature, and press Ctrl P. Sometimes you'll want to use automatic weights, but in this case it's unlikely to target the right parts, so just use empty groups. It's also good to name your bones to keep things organized. Now go into Object Data Properties. Select the part you want the bones to control, then click Assign. Now to make the eye material. This is where it depends on how much control you want. If you want to have eyes that are mainly controlled with the image node, and just use the rigs to move them around, you could just follow the first video I made from here. But if you want to be able to control things like the pupil, I'll show you how to do that now. First, start with a blank eye texture, or use a plane and edit it into like a circle. Then add the pupil as another part. I'll make these white. Add 2 more bones. Parent them and assign them. Now you can move the pupil, but they're not attached to the eye. So in edit mode, select the pupil bone, then select the eye bone, and press Ctrl P and keep offset. Now the main eye will move, and you can have separate control of the pupil. You could also add another bone and assign both eye bones to that. Now they will follow it. Making a mouth is more complicated, but still follows the same steps. Also, you can use vertex paint to assign weights. Just select the parts you don't want to be affected and then remove them. Though if you want to have the mouth closed or be in a more exaggerated expression, I'd recommend just changing the texture. It's a bit easier than having to move a whole bunch of bones around. And that's basically it. Now, of course, there are always other ways of doing things, so it's good to fiddle around for yourself. I find this way works the best for me because it's easy enough to set up, while still being fairly simple to use. And I'll leave a link to the first video in the description, which shows how to make a 2D animatable face.